ora tamariki ma. Welcome back to Kiwi Kids in the Kitchen and happy December. It is the end of the year. It's Raumati summer. It's just around the corner and that means it's time for Christmas. And we have loads of festive recipes for you over the month of December. Today, we've got a back to basics recipe where we show you how to master the essential skills of baking, and it's all about gingerbread. Yoli! I love burgers. It's stressful in here now. Look at that. We made that. Whoa! I love cheese. I just love cheese. As always, haroia o ringaringa, go and wash your hands before we get started. I love that gingerbread is the cookie of Christmas. Gingerbread is one of my favorite cookies and it's so easy to make. We're just gonna get started with some plain flour. Then we've got 200 grams of brown sugar, and brown sugar adds a lovely caramelly taste and keeps them nice and soft. Then I've got half a teaspoon of baking soda in here. And of course, it wouldn't be gingerbread without some ground ginger. So we've gone for a full tablespoon of ginger, but if that's a bit too spicy for you, you can add a little bit less. Then we'll just give this a little mix together. You can use a spatula or a fork or even your hands. This already smells amazing. Now it's time to rub in some butter. Now often I tell you to have softened butter, but today I'm gonna get you to use cold butter that's just from the fridge, and I've cut it into cubes, so I've got 150 grams of butter. I'm gonna pop that straight in. We're just gonna start by tossing the butter into the flour mixture until it's fully coated. Then we're gonna rub the butter and the flour mixture between our fingers until it resembles a breadcrumb-like texture. So you kind of squish it between your fingers. If your butter's really, really cold, you might have to press quite hard and keep dropping it back into the flour until all the butter is rubbed in. We have a lovely sandy breadcrumby texture. This looks perfect. Now it's time to add an egg. Now I'm going to crack the egg and mix it separately just so it's nice and easy to mix in. Oh, and good thing I did because I got a little shell. The easiest way to get shell out of your egg is to use the eggshell to scoop it up. Something in the chemistry of the egg, it just picks it up easier. We'll give this a little mix with a fork. Just to loosen it a bit, and then we'll pour that into our mixture. Then I've got a tablespoon of golden syrup, or you could use molasses. I'm gonna scrape that in. Oh yeah, I love golden syrup. Okay, now you can either use your spatula to mix this together, or you can just get your hands straight in here. So you're just gonna use your hands just to kind of incorporate the egg a bit, and then you're just gonna start to squish it together to form a ball of dough. If you're finding it a bit tricky in your bowl, we can tip it out onto the surface. Just make sure it's nice and clean. I love gingerbread. So we're just gonna push it all together. And we don't wanna knead this dough, we just wanna mix it together enough that it creates a nice smooth dough, but we don't want to overwork the flour or they're going to be really chewy in a bad way. Right, you'll know your dough is ready when you've managed to incorporate all the little extra bits around the outside and it's looking lovely and smooth. It doesn't need to be perfect at this stage because we are going to roll it out. So that looks pretty good. Then we're going to just shape it into a little circle. Then we're gonna wrap this in some Glad wrap so that we can chill it. So we want it to be nice and tight. We don't want any air getting in there to dry it out. Now the reason we're gonna chill this dough is because we've got nice warm hands and it will have warmed up that butter as we've mixed it together, and we want that butter to chill again so it's really nice and easy to roll and cut out. But while it's in the fridge for about 20 to 30 minutes, you can preheat your oven to 180 degrees on fan bake. It is time to roll out our lovely chilled dough. You can either flour your surface to roll it out, but I'm going to show you a little hack. So I've got 2 large sheets of baking paper here, and what we're going to do is roll our dough between the sheets so it gets nice and even and flat. It doesn't stick to our bench, it creates less mess, but it also means we're not going to add lots of flour and dry out our dough. So let's open this up. I am so excited. I love gingerbread. Okay, we're gonna pop our dough onto one of the baking sheets and then place the other one directly on top. Then we're gonna roll out our dough between the sheets. So I'm just gonna push in the middle and roll it out. And we wanna roll it out until it's about 1/2 centimeter thick. And you can just give it a smooth every now and then just to check you don't have any lumps. And then it's really nice and easy to feel where you need to roll a bit more. So over here. Oh, I'd say we're looking pretty good. Oh yeah. Okay, this looks perfect. So you can really carefully peel off the top layer. And if you're finding that your dough is stuck to your baking paper because it's a really hot day, you can actually pop it back in the fridge just like this before you peel the top off. That looks pretty good to me. Okay, time to cut it. You can cut your gingerbread into any shape you like. You could do gingerbread men, gingerbread women, you could do some stars. I'm gonna go for Christmas trees today. So I'm just gonna pop my cutter onto the dough and push down firmly. Then we'll pull it up carefully. Then you can either use a knife or a little spatula to really gently, we can pull the edges off first. Pull your little gingerbread man out, whoop, and onto our tray. And we want to use as much dough as we can, so I'm gonna flip this round this way this time. So we'll pull around the edges and very gently scrape up. And again, if you're finding it sticking, you can add a little bit of flour onto the top or onto the spatula, and that will just stop it from sticking. Or just pop it back in the fridge. Perfect. Now the leftover dough, you can re-roll this up into a ball and roll it out again. You might need to pop it into the fridge for a bit because that butter has melted because it's very hot here in New Zealand. It's raumati summer. But these little Christmas trees are going to go into the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes. Always make sure you ask a parent or caregiver for help whenever you use the oven. Don't these look amazing? I let them cool completely on the tray for about 20 minutes, and you can absolutely just enjoy them like this, but I'm gonna jazz them up a little bit to make them extra festive. So I just melted some white chocolate in the microwave quickly, and what I'm gonna do is show you how to make a little piping bag at home. So I've just got a Ziploc bag here, and the easiest way to fill it is to open it up and pop it into a mug or a cup, push down the sides, then you can pour your chocolate into one corner. Alrighty, then we're gonna lift this out of the mug and try and keep all the chocolate in one corner. Then we're gonna push it down into one corner, twist it round so it can't go back out the other side. Then we've made a little piping bag. And then all we need to do is snip off the very end. I better not squeeze it too tightly or it's all gonna explode out. Yep. Then we've made a little piping bag. So I'm gonna pipe on some like little fairy lights, some little decorative bits. You can do anything you like. Then I've got some little sprinkles and I'm just gonna sprinkle them onto the melted chocolate so it sticks. And hopefully it'll look like little fairy lights, little decorations on my little Christmas trees. And you wanna try and add the sprinkles as you go while the chocolate is still melted, because if the chocolate hardens, then you won't be able to stick the sprinkles on. They look so cute! Rainbow Christmas trees. These look incredible. They're so cute, but so Christmassy, and I cannot wait to try them. Let's go. I love gingerbread. It's so festive and so delicious and chewy. These would make the perfect gift for your teacher or your neighbors or your swimming instructor. If you do ever go out making them, please send us a photo over on our website. We love hearing from you. And while you're there, enter our Christmas Bake My Drawing episode. We want you to draw the most incredible gingerbread house that we've ever seen. And I'm gonna try and make it. Ooh, wish me luck. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next week for a brand new Christmas cake hack. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it. We'll see you soon. Kakite. Yum! Yum! Happy Christmas!